ever poured hours into writing a LinkedIn post, sharing a valuable case study, or tried something else like launching a campaign and hoped that this would finally land, but you've heard nothing in return? Crickets. Then this is for you, because today I'm going to share some brutal truths with you about why most B2B content fails. The good news: there is a ridiculously simple fix. So you only need 7 seconds to connect with your audience. So let's talk about what you do with those 7 seconds. So we live in a world where your clients are scrolling fast, multitasking, massive decision fatigue, and here's the thing that no one tells you. You've got 7 seconds to earn their attention. That's really not a lot of time. It's shorter than a sneeze, and in those 7 seconds, they're making snap decisions. So they're asking themselves, is this worth reading? Should I keep scrolling? Do I need to iron the kids' uniforms for tomorrow morning? And a million other things are going through their heads. Most service-based businesses' content loses in those first 7 seconds. Not because their offer is weak, not because they're bad at what they do, but because the content isn't written for the person reading it. Now, let's be honest, most of us start content by talking about ourselves. That is how we are wired. That is normal human behavior. We say things like, we help businesses grow through tailored ICT support. We've been providing accountancy services for 20 million years. Our mission is to provide strategic HR advice, etc., etc. And whilst that is all true, maybe not 20 million years, but 20 years, say, whilst that is all true, it's not what your client is thinking about. It's not what they are most focused on. So when they're scrolling LinkedIn at 4:45 or 4:45 in the morning, while they're, because they can't sleep, or whilst they're, doing their to-do list for the day, they're really thinking, why are the wrong clients always the ones who inquire? Why does it feel like we're the best kept secret in the world? Why is it still so hard? If your message doesn't meet them in the headspace they're at, you've lost them before they've even started reading. So we need to make a shift. There's one question I want you to ask yourself before hitting a post to publish button on anything. The question is, would my ideal client stop scrolling for this? Let me show you the difference here. Here's a standard post, one that I've picked off randomly that I've seen variations of. We recently helped an X kind of company improve their IT infrastructure with tailored support. And here's a scroll stopper. So that one was the one that's the generic vanilla. Scroll stopper. Your inbox is full. Your server's creaking. You're one crash away from chaos. That strikes the fear of everything into me. Which one feels more real to you? Which one feels like it was written for a human who's on the edge? Which one do you think is the one that's going to make the big shift? And that's the shift we want to put into our content. We want to move from features to feelings. We want we to become you, and from generic broadcasting to really goosebumps connecting. Okay? Here's a quick exercise I usually give in my accelerator to my clients. Feel free to do this with me now if you have a moment. Grab a piece of content, any content, a post, a blog, a web page, anything. Grab that now, get it in front of you, and ask yourself these 3 key questions. First question: would my ideal client say, "That's me," in the first 7 seconds? Okay. Number 2, have I named the exact challenge or challenges they're facing in their world, not mine, in their world? And 3, is it clear why this matters to them right now? So those are the 3 questions I want you to ask yourself. If you're watching on the replay those questions over. If you're watching live, wait for it to become a replay and you can watch that back again. I'll just say them one more time. Would my ideal client say, "That's me," in the first 7 seconds? 2, have I named the exact challenges they're facing in their world, not mine? 3, is it clear why this matters to them right now? Okay, those are the 3 questions. If it's a no to any or all of those, that's okay, because this is really where most B2B businesses start, and they really struggle with this part. So you're great at what you do, but marketing is a different skill. It is a different way of thinking and communicating. It's not about doing more. It's about making what you say actually count. And this is exactly what we work on inside the 𝗵𝘃𝗰 Marketing Accelerator. We turn really vague, vanilla, generic content into crystal clear, laser focused, client magnetizing messages that really cut through and align and resonate with the audience to a point where they feel like you have crawled into their brain and are actively listening to all the secret scary thoughts that they're having. Okay, it needs to be that creepily aligned. I worked with business owners in IT, in accountancy, in legal, in consultancy, smart, experienced, really respected, really well trusted people, but their content was invisible. They felt like a best kept secret in their industry and in their marketplace. But after applying the 7-second rule, one increased their net profits by over 200% in under 4 months. Another completely changed the quality of their leads landing in their inbox. And one said, "This finally feels like me, just sharper." It's not about sounding clever. It's about sounding clear. If this is landing for you, if you're thinking, "Yep, that's where we're going wrong," then let's fix it. Follow those instructions for every piece of content that you've ever written and for every piece of content that you ever do right. And if you need any suggestions, advice, guidance, just book a call with me. My insight session is completely free. If you want something a bit more in-depth for one particular issue, book a power hour with me. That is 60 minutes where we'll take your current content or your marketing message, we'll pull it apart, we'll find out what's working, what's not, rebuild it with the language that lands with your ideal client. And there's no fluff, there's no pressure, there's no jargon, just clear, actionable messaging you can use immediately. And you can book those with me on my website at 𝗵𝘃𝗰marketing.com, or drop me a message, reply to this, put some comments at the bottom, and I'll DM you, or direct message me yourself, and I will reply back to you as soon as I can. So to wrap up, your business doesn't need to shout louder or more often. You just need to say the right thing in the very first 7 seconds, because the right message to the right person at the right time is what drives real results. So thank you for joining me again live, if you have, or on the replay. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you next time. Let's make your message unmissable. Take care.